God is vast. The pure energy, which a part of it sits in you also as your Atma, your soul. That's the energy which is making you function in the world. Like we have television in our homes. There are millions of channels out there. But what comes to your TV, what you tune into? So everybody cannot connect to everything. We all have our role on earth. We are all functioning for different purposes. And each purpose is important. What another person does, I don't have to do. What I do, another person doesn't have to do. That's the grand collaboration of the universe. And what is the purpose of spirituality? Transformation. And how do you feel transformation? Nothing around affects you after a while. God is pure consciousness. God has no form. Pure energy. It's brighter than a million suns. God is vast. The pure energy, which a part of it sits in you also as your Atma, your soul. That's the energy which is making you function in the world. Otherwise, we are just gross. Physical body, mind, intellect, ego. All this is gross. Also, because we are individual, we also have frequency. What can you connect with? A frequency that you can match, only a matching frequency. Like we have television in our homes. There are millions of channels out there. But what comes to your TV, what you tune into? So everybody cannot connect to everything. But that doesn't mean something is better or something is worse. All these avatars, all these beings of higher nature who came to preserve dharma was not always recognized during their time. Many years later, many generations later, they were respected. While Krishna was in the body, even Arjuna took him as a friend. You know, after the Kurukshetra war, when they were walking in the garden, Arjuna asked Krishna, "When I could not fight, you told me some profound things. Can you please repeat them?" Krishna said, "You don't need it now." So everything is purpose bound. How do we see God? As per our perception, not as per reality. We don't see God as it is, because we cannot have the capacity to understand supreme consciousness, pure brightness. It blinds us or it doesn't come. So many sounds are in the air, but what comes to our ears? Only that our ears can hear. We don't see everything, we don't hear everything, we don't understand everything. So many people who say this is okay, this is not okay, it simply means there is lack of understanding, nothing else. Who can we say he is better than the other? See, can I say that you are better than another? It's impossible. Am I better than another? No, no way. We all have our role on earth. We are all functioning for different purposes, and each purpose is important. What another person does, I don't have to do. What I do, another person doesn't have to do. That's the grand collaboration of the universe. So every guru will not be accepted by everybody. Imagine Jesus did not die in a very tragic in the cross. There may not be a Christianity today. Imagine Jesus apologized to the to Pilate, the judge. He said, "If you apologize, I'll set you free." And he said, "I don't apologize. I never did anything wrong." That made him a god. So people started thinking, if you have conviction about something, if you really believe in something, and if you dare to talk your belief, you'll be respected. But it needs consistency. Shirdi Sai Baba is respected like he was living in a very small, dilapidated mosque when he was in the body. 60 years or so he lived there. All these presence and the large effect came much later, right? So it took time. It takes generations to understand a master. So people, if they say this is better, that is not so good, etc., understand these are just opinions. Don't pay much attention to opinion. what you should connect, what you can connect to easily, effortlessly. And what is the purpose of spirituality? Transformation. And how do you feel transformation? Nothing around affects you after a while. You are not bound by emotions of the people or the society. You are not bound by anything. Nothing pressurizes you. That's a sign of progress. And when there are less thoughts in mind, when TPS, thoughts per second, becomes lesser, you become more powerful. Then you have time for yourself. You have more time for yourself. That is the only time when you start experiencing freedom. Otherwise, we are slave to thoughts. Thoughts push us. Thoughts, mind discriminates. How do you see the world normally? Through the eyes of your past, right? What is the spectacles that everybody wears? Memories. Memories. You cannot see beyond the memories. So everything is colored and flavored because we look at the world through the eyes of what we know or what we are. That's not reality. So what reality I see and what reality you see will be different, must be different. That's why we have 8 billion people. You see, everything is different, and that's the beauty of creation. That's how the creation is.